Have you ever noticed how the narcissist always seems to reappear at the same time? Like, it is one of the most weirdest things ever. Like, I don't know, they just know. Or it could be a message on your birthday. It could be a call, like when you're finally moving on, or a sudden text comes into on your phone, like something like, "Oh, I miss you." This always happens just before you meet someone new. Do you know what? Do you know what, my friends? This isn't random. It's patterned. And narcissists operate on time loops, psychological schedules designed to pull you back into old wounds. Okay, so if you find yourself in this situation, let's decode them. Hello, my friends. I hope that you're all doing really well. I really do hope that you're doing really well. So in this video today, I really wanted to look at narcissists' time patterns, because there's something strategic in this. For sure, there is something really, really sinister that's going on. How is it that they know? How is it that they know, for example, that you're moving on? You've blocked them on everything, and suddenly, there's that text message. I don't know. It's something that I have noticed throughout my work, also talking with clients, in sessions. And they all seem to say the same thing. How is it that the narcissist knows, what is actually going on? And I really wanted to discuss this in this video today. In the video, I really wanted to talk about the illusion of timing. I also want to talk about the narcissist's internal clock. I also want to talk about trauma bond timelines as well, because I feel like this is something that's really, really important in this. And also looking at how to break the pattern as well. So this is all coming up in the video. Okay, so let's start off with the illusion of timing. To the narcissist, what you have to remember is that time isn't linear. It is strategic. They don't move with emotional growth or genuine healing. They move with control. They watch, they sense, they calculate when your guard might be down. How do they know this? Guys, I've always said this, there has to be some sort of energetic connection that exists between you and the narcissist. And I talk more about this on the Patreon mentorship. I've got videos on there that I talk about things like this that I don't go so deep into on these videos, but I do talk more on the Patreon mentorship. And if you would like to kind of understand this a little bit deeper, check out the mentorship. The link is in the description box. So you see, their patterns aren't based on love. They're based on predictability. They've studied your rhythms. That's basically what it is. They've studied your rhythms when you're lonely, nostalgic, or when you are reflective. So when they reach out, it basically feels fated. That's the only way that I can describe it. It feels fated, like this should have always happened. Do you know what I mean? They know when. But it's actually formulaic. It is, in some sense, the illusion of divine timing. But in reality, it's more of a manipulated thing. They want to make you believe the universe is basically bringing you guys back together, when it's really their ego that is trying to reassert control over you. I mean, there is no other way that I can kind of explain it, but it is basically they're trying to create this illusion that the universe is trying to bring you back. And this is where a lot of us get caught up in those kind of dynamics, in those scenarios, trying to understand it. And this is why I've talked about this before on the channel, actually talking about, how this person could also be mistaken as a soulmate, a twin flame, talking about divine timing. Maybe they've even talked about this with you. Maybe they've said this, in the relationship at some point, but it is something that is strategic. and it is very controlled. I think that a lot of this exists on energetic cords that you share with this person. And energetic cords is not a spiritual, well, it is a spiritual thing, but it's also proven in science. So I know that I've talked a lot about this on this channel, but again, talk more about it over on the Patreon because I can't talk about these things on here. So yeah, it's really to do more about their ego trying to assert control, because like, even though they have patterns, we all have behavioral patterns, and narcissists are really good at sussing that out. So that leads me on to the narcissist's internal clock. So every narcissist runs on a subconscious cycle of need. So you've got the idealized, you've got the devalue, you've got the discard, you've got the hoover, then you've got repeat. And this cycle basically is what they do. Like, all of them work on this cycle. But what is fascinating is when these cycles re-emerge. Many survivors, including my clients, report that the narcissist returns around. So it will usually be around anniversaries, of meetings, breaking up, birthdays, things that are significant to you, because it holds emotion. And that's why it becomes a significant aspect for you. There's also things like they might come around when you've got new milestones. So like, that's a new job, a new partner, a healing phase. And also that it could be seasonal triggers like holidays, full moons, Mercury retrogrades. Why? So you're going to ask me, Anushka, why? Because narcissists, believe it or not, narcissists crave nostalgia. Yeah, not because they miss you, but because nostalgia weakens boundaries. Nostalgia is linked to emotions. And if you're in a reflective state, your defenses are softer, and that's their opening. Let's look at trauma bond timelines here. Here's where it gets deeper. Trauma bonding creates its own neural time map. Your body begins to expect pain and reward in certain intervals, because this is the way that you had been conditioned. This is the way that the narcissist had treated you. So you know it's this push and pull, reward, punishment, reward, punishment. Okay, so when enough time passes, you may even start to miss the chaos. And this is where it becomes an issue. And this is where your nervous system is so overstimulated with everything that is going on. So when the narcissist resurfaces right on cue, it can almost feel comforting, like maybe they've changed, but they haven't. They're simply sinking back to your body's timeline, one that they basically helped create. So here is really about recognizing this, recognizing exactly this. Okay, this is about syncing and understanding the body's timeline and how they do this. Please do not think that they don't do this with everyone else. They do. You know, they are good at reading cues, body cues. They've learned you. They know you. They've taken their time to get to know what your triggers are, time to get to know you, your behavioral patterns. And I think recognizing that this is what is happening really breaks the spell for you, really for you to recognize that actually this person isn't about you, but it's about breaking this spell. And once you see the pattern and really accept it, that actually this is a pattern, you can rewire it, you can rewrite it. So you're going to ask me, Anushka, how do you break this pattern? So here's how you step out of basically this time trap. Okay, the first thing that I would say to you that is really important, you need to track cycles. You need to journal when they contact you. Notice the timing, because everything will have a pattern to it. Okay, so this is where you've got to notice the timing. It all works on a pattern. And the reason why you're probably thinking, what? It's because you've never paid attention to it. You've never actually thought, oh, maybe it is timing, maybe it is a time pattern. But this is where you got to look closely, and you'll often see dates or emotional states that are repeating. And here, what you have to do is you have to disrupt the rhythm. Don't And I know this is really hard. I know this is really hard, my friends. Don't respond when your body wants to. You've got to pause. You've got to breathe. You've got to reclaim your timing. And what you have to do here is you need to anchor in your own seasons. Start creating your own rituals, your own milestones, your own emotional calendars that have got nothing to do with them. Okay, I always say this to my clients. The first year is going to be the most weirdest. The first month is going to be the hardest. Okay. The first 3 months is going to feel strange. The first 6 months is going to be like, it's going to feel strange. It's going to feel weird. Time will pass differently. Okay, because you're trying to rewire this, but every day that you are away from them, you have won. And also, you have to think that every day that you're away from them, you're also creating new memories, new experiences for yourself. That's why I say, like, it's really important for you to get out there, do things that are for you. Go and see friends, go and do activities. Don't mope around, sit at home and just overthink this, because there's no point in doing that. Okay. This is about creating your own rituals, creating your own life again, connecting back to yourself, understanding yourself. And this is what is really important. This is about creating your own emotional calendars that have really nothing to do with this person. And this is how you reclaim power, by you no longer dancing to their clock. And then also you will find that you don't feel so controlled by that person. Understand that narcissists live in loops, in cycles, okay? And their behavior, the way that they are, all happens in loops. But remember that you don't have to. You have a choice whether you want to live in that or not. Their time patterns are traps that are dressed as fate, okay? And you always feel that they are fate, because actually you haven't noticed that they are time patterns or behavioral patterns that are happening. But now when you really look at it, you're like, okay, yes, it is that. And once you recognize them, you'll stop orbiting and stop contributing to that chaos. And as you start living on your own divine timing, one that is built on peace, on purpose, that is about you, this will bring presence, clarity, and peace into your life. And remember, healing is not about breaking free from a person. It's about breaking free from that timeline that they have induced onto you. So I really hope that this video has helped. I really hope that it's given you like some food for thought. Remember, you are the most important person because you are the main character in your life. And that's how you have to think about this. You are main character energy. So if you are struggling with this, or you'd like to know a little bit more, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box for more details. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.